do I begin?
Okay, where am I?
What the son of a ugh! Ah! Off! Stop! 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 Ow. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. I'll be back. Well, that's one way to start off Halloween madness. Wait, what's this? Super Ghouls and Ghosts. Lovely. I guess I gotta play it. Once again, the game opens with Sir Arthur and Princess Prin Prin in the castle this time around, where Satan breaks in, kidnaps the princess, and it's off through 7 different stages. Arthur's default weapon, again, is a javelin. Other weapons can be found by breaking treasure chests that either pop up at certain points of stages, or they can be revealed by jumping in secret spots. By this point, we all know how great the knife is. The treasure chest can contain armor upgrades that will power you up to epic proportions. In this case, your knife turns into a laser. Not too shabby. But what I think is even better is the new crossbow, especially with the armor upgrades that make it home in on bosses and enemies. Yep, that includes the Red Devils, who noticeably keep evading attacks, but they're no match for this thing. Arthur's armor still breaks in one hit, and he turns into a pile of bones if he gets hit again, but for the most part, this game is more generous with giving your armor back. There are still enemies and stage hazards that'll drive you nuts like the ghosts, which thankfully aren't squealing burritos anymore, but nothing takes a million hits anymore. While the bosses are bigger than ever, you'll have little to no problem with them if you know what you're doing. Arthur still has a stiff jump, but he can do a double jump that also gives him a little bit of freedom to influence his direction. His control is overall far more responsive this time around. The level design is much less annoying now, and it's actually quite interesting, save for this boring, slow, rafting section in level 2. My favorite's level 4. It rotates, it tilts like a pendulum, and I only just noticed this heart in the background when you fight the 3-headed dragon boss. Just where am I? There's rarely a moment where you have to make a leap of faith, either. Super Ghouls and Ghosts tries to have limited continues, but there's extra continues all over the place that are extremely easy to pick up. You'd have to be running out on purpose in order to lose them all. Other than that, they're basically unlimited. You'll always restart at a checkpoint even after you get a game over. Here you can choose how many lives you can start with, and there are actually difficulty settings. Even on beginner, Super Ghouls and Ghosts is tough as nails, but nowhere near to the extent of the previous game. It doesn't stick out as cheap. With better controls, better level design, and awesome power-ups, Arthur has overall far more room to breathe than last time. As far as I've heard, Super Ghouls and Ghosts is known for being one of the hardest games on the Super Nintendo, but nothing made me come even close to breaking my controller. Astaroth has 2 forms this time around, who both go down without a hitch. A la Princess Leia, Princess Prin Prin will tell you about this bracelet required to defeat the real final boss, Sardius, which involves playing through the game a second time. The second playthrough doesn't feel any more difficult to me than the first. In fact, it gets considerably easier after you obtain the bracelet weapon. The attack range increases with each power-up, and if you have the gold armor equipped, it'll block projectiles. However, getting the bracelet itself can be a bit of a chore because you have to accumulate armor and shield upgrades without taking any damage. I think it would help if these armor upgrades did in fact give Arthur extra hits. But when all's said and done, Sardius goes down just about as easily as Astaroth did in the first game. That wasn't so bad. Since I reviewed Simon's Quest last year, I figured next time we meet, I'm gonna review yet another infamous Nintendo game.